we're going to show you how to check a problem with the ice maker. Complaint usually just getting no ice, which could be several different things. First thing you're going to want to check is the inlet, the water inlet. So the hose, copper line coming out of the floor or wherever your water source is that plugs into your fill valve. You're going to want to shut the water off wherever the source water is coming from, and undo the fitting on top of the fill valve here. And then you're going to get a bowl, something you can run water into, and turn that water on to see if you're getting a lot of water pressure coming through. If that all checks out okay, you have good pressure there, you'll want to make sure that you have no ice blocking the water running from the fill valve to the ice maker. So you just take off the bottom tube, and it's going to be dirty, but just make sure you can blow through with, relatively easy. Make sure your air is passing through. If that checks out okay, then you're going to want to move to the front of the refrigerator. And this one is an automatic ice maker, so you'll pop off the front, and there are two spots where you're going to insert a pre-cut wire, and it's labeled N and M, neutral to motor. And you're going to take and insert your wires inside. This one doesn't have power right now, but insert your wires, and the gear will start turning, and then you'll hear a little pop, see a little spark, then you can release the wires, and it'll take off as it's supposed to. Then you're going to go back to the back. If everything starts up okay, then you're going to move back to the back. Undo the wires running to the fill valve before the gear has time to get around to where it needs to. Maybe you should have the voltage meter hooked up before, and when the ice maker gets to the appropriate spot, it'll send power to the fill valve, and at that point it should be sending water. If you don't receive power to the fill valve, then the ice maker is the problem. And while the ice maker is advancing around, you want your voltage meter, hooked up, and you're going to receive 120 VAC. And I forgot to mention that it's going to take possibly 5 minutes to 10 minutes, somewhere in there, for that ice maker to cycle around. So just be patient, watch for it. If you wait forever and it never gets power, then you want to go up and make sure that it, has went around and stopped, and the ice maker is the problem.